If you're missing an eye, you get half off. Haha, see what I did there? Good morning, everyone. Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more Chef. Back in Bistro Dave, our third or fourth restaurant. I'm not even sure at this point. There's been a lot of restaurants in Chef, and Linnell, our new server, because we've lost Conan due to a slight technical hitch, but Linnell, our new server, is doing great. She's definitely getting some people in the door. I did some very, very minor redecorating between episodes, and I do mean very minor. I took out one 4-top here and replaced it with 4 2-tops, just to get a few more seats in here. So there was a 4-top that was sitting sort of right here-ish, and I've just replaced it with 4 2-tops because I can squeeze those in a little bit better and still allow for the pathing that Linnell needs to do. So there's a few extra seats that we've got in Bistro Dave. We're not filling the place. I didn't desperately need those seats by any stretch of the imagination, but they're here. And, people could use them if they wanted to come in. One thing that came up in the comments, I was kind of curious as to why nobody might be ordering my stew. We had created a stew, an appetizer stew in the last one. Now, my other app, the Bacon Bites, that's doing fine. Bacon Bites is doing very well. But my stew, not so much, really. And looking at it, it should still be in the recipe editor as far as I know. Looking at the stew, what came up in the comments is, no, I've already deleted it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But basically, I built a stew and added water to it because that's what one would naturally do with a stew. And then didn't realize that effectively lowered the recipe quality because I did, in a very real sense, water it down. So it lowered the quality, which may be why people are not ordering it. I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to buy it. Can't tell you. But one thing I do want to do when we get to the next day and get our unlockable points is get the stocks unlocked, so we can do better stews and better soups and whatnot instead of having to put water in it. I just thought, water lives in a stew, right? That's how stews work. Yeah, no, not so much. I basically watered it down and made it worse. So we'll look at changing that up, and we may do a completely different recipe for that and do something different on the menu, which is definitely what we want to do. We want to kind of blaze through the rest of this day. This is still our first day in Bistro Dave. We haven't gone through a single day yet. Unlock some new stuff and then keep chipping away at the menu. Keep getting those prefab items off the menu and getting our own dishes on the menu. So getting towards the end of the night, it's just this 2-top left unless, somebody comes in at 11 o'clock at night like these guys. Really? Really, guys? It's 11:15 at night. Why are you out to eat this late at night? It's not a bar. Boy, you can really tell this game was made by Europeans. No American would be out this late just having a basic dinner. Okay, so Linnell's got these 2 wrapped up. These 3 are just starting to order. That's fine. I'm pretty sure that once these guys go, we'll be done with the night and we can blaze through to the next day. I'm doing fine. I am, as usual, chopping up carrots because that's all I chop up. That's all we actually apparently serve in this restaurant is, in fact, carrots. But I'm doing a great job at it. I could decorate the kitchen a little bit better. I wonder if decorating the kitchen adds to our ambiance level. I mean, my rough guess would be no, because guests aren't looking in the kitchen, although we do have this big open window here. Maybe it's kind of one of these open kitchen restaurants where you can kind of see what people are doing. I mean, you clearly can. There's a huge window here and there's a door here, but I don't know if adding decorations to the kitchen would boost up my ambiance. I might have to have a test drive of that, see if that works. Obviously, we took a crippling loss today because we just built the place. So no surprise that our expenses are over $6,000. Furniture and tools, $5,800 of that. So nobody is surprised by that. I just built a restaurant. We earned $966. Our food was $483. That's not so good. We should be bumping up our food costs a little bit. We want that food cost to be about 1/3 of the price of the dish. We may have to fidget with that a little bit, but that's going to depend on who's coming in the door. Are they actually going to pay the price? Beverages, okay, fine. I think we only actually have one beer on the menu. Maintenance, $243. Personnel, nothing I can do with that. Rent, nothing I can do with that. Not really anything I can do with maintenance. The kitchen items cost what they cost. Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine. Proceed with that and pause it for me for a second, Chef. Let's look at our reviews, first of all. Okay, we're solidly average, which is actually an uptick from when we opened the restaurant. We were kind of 50-50 on average and poor. Now more people think we're average. That's good. Cheapskate didn't like it. Totally fine. Don't want you in the restaurant. Cheapskate didn't like it. That's great. Go away. Yeah, the vegetarian and the blue-collar folks were rating us average. That's good. I like that. And what were people ordering? Yeah, where are these vegetarians coming from? I don't recall our neighborhood being particularly prone to vegetarians, but if they're going to come in the door and rate us average or better, 3.5 stars from both of these vegetarians and 3 stars from that vegetarian, if they're going to come in and keep doing that, I can put some more vegetarian things on the menu. I mean, I don't want them in the door, but if they're going to come in and pay the bill, a bill is a bill. Okay, good. Let's unlock some ingredients. Let's unlock some skill points. And especially with vegetarians coming in more, what could we do with vegetables? Well, we can get up towards the next level. We've only got the 5 points to spend. So we'll get quality up. We'll get quality up on fruits and legumes quality up. And how about one more in quality? And you know what? Let's just max out vegetable quality recipes. There we go. Okay, so there's nothing we're going to be able to unlock, but what comes next? Soup. Okay, good. Maybe this time I won't water it down. Steamed veggies, that's fine. Roasted veggies, that's fine. What lives in the higher tier? Fried veggies, creamy soup. Creamy soups are like soups, but being creamy, they are often more appealing for kids or annoying people who don't like veggies. I hear ya, chef. Massive pots. What is this? With massive pots made of unknown metal, you can easily cook an incredible amount of soups in velveties? The heck is a velvety? What is a velvety? What are you telling me here, chef? Okay, but that's basically going to be cooking time down on soups. All right, fair enough. And green tongue, quality up. Okay, cool, neat. Let's unlock some ingredients points, definitely. And again, if we're getting into... if more vegetarians are coming in, we have quite a few veggies unlocked, but we could get some better quality ones. That's not the worst idea. What have we got in level 1? We've got kind of the standards: broccoli, carrots, celery, garlic, definitely. Everything needs garlic. Potatoes, tomatoes. Okay, what if we threw some beets on the menu? Weirdly, people like beets. I don't feel beets are necessary in my day-to-day life, but a lot of people seem to like beets. And maybe some good peppers. That might be good. Let's get some good peppers in there. Okay, let's not go nuts on that. What could we be doing in... well, what have I got in meat? Level 1 basics. Pork, turkey, chicken, etc., etc. Bacon and beef in level 2. What if... I've done duck so many times, I don't even want to go back to duck at this point. How about level 2 ham? Let's unlock that. Yeah, let's take that. And maybe something in the seafood line. We did in the last restaurant, we did a pretty good little seafood shellfish platter kind of thing. What if we took level 2 clams and level 2 oysters? Short answer, yes. Go ahead, lock it in, commit to that. Okay, cool. Now, let's go with what we've got. Knowing that vegetarians seem to like us, let's maybe try a better stew than what we just did. Now that I think of it, before we renegotiate the stew, and we'll definitely do that, we do need to get some entrees on board here. We haven't made any of our own entrees yet. Let's get a main course of sautéed veggies. Yeah, let's do that. What are we going to call this? Pile o greens. There we go. Pile of greens is going to be your main course for you vegetarian folks. I might even be able to make it vegan. Yeah, start with that. What's the main focus of this? How about broccoli? It's just a huge pile of broccoli, basically. And then I can just start kind of dumping things in here and see what balances out. Carrots, fine. Some celery. I'm actually surprised that celery gives that much benefit to anything. Sweetness and sourness. I mean, celery is just sort of neutral to me. It's basically water. Okay, we'll throw some mushrooms in there. That could be good. Oh, that's a little much. That's a little much there. How about mushrooms in the third tier? Okay, a little too bitter. We could use something a little sweet to shave that off a little bit. Beets will do it, but it'll also add to the bitterness. In fact, pretty much everything adds to the bitterness. Okay, take the mushrooms out for me. Put beets in the third tier. I know that's also going to make it too bitter. Got it. We'll work on that. How about some peppers? What if we do, say, peppers in the third tier? That's making it both too sour and too bitter. And boy, that recipe rating is not really creeping up there, is it? Well, I mean, it is just a pile of vegetables. It's not actually that exciting. Do beans need to live in here? No, because that's just going to jack up the bitterness again. What could we do to get this a little sweeter? Not a lot. Not a lot. Maybe some fruit? How about some fruit? What if there were some apples in here? I've seen better. Take the apples out. I'm not loving the apples. Any more vegetables I haven't put in yet? Lettuce, I guess, sure. Yeah, put some lettuce in there. Boy, that is really jacking up that sourness and bitterness, but that's what you asked for, vegetarians. Don't come crying to me because there's no fattiness in it, all right? Eat a steak. No, don't put a steak in there. That would be silly. What's in other that I could kick around with here? Not a lot. I could put some olive oil in there. That would jack up the fattiness. Is this thing sort of done in olive oil? Wow, that is just super, super bitter and sour. Yeah, I got to shave that off somehow. I could just dump some sugar in it. That'd work for me, I tell you that. Honey? No. Chocolate? No, I certainly can't sell a chocolate vegetable platter. I haven't unlocked any nuts. We want to put booze in here. Can we just soak this in beer? Make it a little more palatable. Ooh, some cheese would be good. Vegetarians will eat cheese. The vegans won't, but the vegetarians will. Huh. What could we do with a little vegetarian action here? With the cheese and the whatnot. How about... I only have the cow cheese. What happens if I put cow cheese in here? How does that balance out? Not so much, really. What if cow cheese lived in the third tier? Not so much, really. Kind of having a hard time getting this recipe quality rating or recipe rating up. It's hard to do when it's really just a pile of vegetables. Well, after much fidgeting, this is about the best mix I've found so far. I don't really, with basically the idea of a vegetable salad, which is all that this is, pile of greens. It's just a big bunch of vegetables on a plate. This is about the best I'm able to do with what I have unlocked on the recipe rating is 54. And this is why I say people really don't like beets. If I take beets and I put them anywhere at all, it just immediately shoots down the recipe rating. And yeah, it cripples the rest. Well, cripples. It lowers the recipe rating. So beets are not on this dish, but I think that's about the best I'm going to get out of this. I just go through spices. Maybe I'll just throw some random spices in just for... Yeah, no, that lowers it too. Don't like basil in there. How about coriander? Okay, that takes it up a little bit. It's still way too sour and bitter, but I'm learning to live with it. What if we threw a little mint in there? No. Parsley? Do you guys like parsley? Don't like parsley. Okay, pile of greens. Lock that puppy in because that's as good as that's going to get right now. But boy, look at that food cost. 81 cents for that. 81 cents. And wow, it's only 95 calories. This is a very healthy, low-priced dish. Dang. And then let's add a grilled fish as an entree as well. So yeah, give me that. We did get some more fish stuff going. Can't really do a fish stew right now. I can't sort of do a shellfish plattery stew kind of thing. Now, it wouldn't really be a stew, but you know what I mean, because this is only meat stew, so the top ingredient, the locked-in ingredient, is going to be meat. But we'll go with a grilled fish. That will be fine. How about this is the tidal pool platter? There we go, because, you know, all the best fish lived in washed-up, grimy tidal pools. Now, what does actually live in here? Well, salmon or cod are pretty much my two options here. Let's go with salmon. It's a little pricey. Yeah, okay, we're already up to $1.18 on the cost there, but that's fine. That's totally fine. Now, what do we do to kind of dress this up a little bit? Maybe we need some veggies in here. Do we need some garlic? Is that something we totally need? How about in the third tier? All right, need to start already working on saltiness and sweetness. The saltiness we can usually conquer by just throwing some salt in the third tier. Yeah, there we go. There's a nice bit of salt right there. Does anything else feel the need to live in here that's in... You know what? What if this were a... Well, I was going to say, what if we did some breadcrumbs around this, but we're throwing it on the grill? It's a terrible idea. How does it kind of play out? What if we did some breadcrumbs here? It does actually balance pretty well. I don't know how that works in the real world, but in this recipe it'll work out just fine. Do we want some rice with this? Rice might be an idea. Yeah, it's kind of a neutral effect, but yeah, that's fine. How about spices? What do we want to do? A little black pepper, maybe? Sure, kind of a neutral effect, but about basil. What's basil going to do? It's going to jack up the bitterness, though. Don't really want that. That's not the ideal. What if we added maybe there were some prawns on the side? That's going to also jack up the bitterness, however. Oh, bitter, bitter, bitter. I need things that are sweet. Oysters are sweet, apparently. I don't eat oysters myself. Not a big shellfish person, but oysters seem like they'll do the job. What if we put those, maybe there's just a few oysters on the side. Okay, now take those out. Yeah, okay, they do add to the recipe rating. Yeah, okay, I'm not necessarily opposed to this. Now what do I do with it? Do we need some vegetables in here? Probably. Maybe there needs to be some onions? Onions? Yeah, not so bad. Not so bad. Love to throw some lettuce or celery in there for the sweetness. Maybe there's a little bit of lettuce? Nope. Maybe there's an even less amount of lettuce? Nope. Okay. You know what? Maybe we just roll it out the door like this. Grilled salmon, which strangely is covered in breadcrumbs, but there it is. Largely everything should be covered in breadcrumbs in my world. Some rice with that, a few oysters on the side to dress it up. Sure. Let's save that. Let's go over to our menu and add these new items. Well, the pile o' greens can go right in there. 81 cents on the food cost. That is awesome. Let's definitely get that ticking up a little bit. How about that? I don't know. We can still keep it low priced and make a killing on it. $6.81. That's fine. And the tidal pool platter, let's get that in there. Now that's a little higher on the food cost. We're going to have to get that somewhat in line with the grilled steak there. And we did just say that we wanted to kind of boost up the costs on everything. Let's just throw everything up $1. Now, is there things we want to take out now that we added the tidal pool platter and the pile of greens? Tomato pasta, the vegetarians love that. How about the fried rice with prawns? Let's just take that out. That's kind of boring and dull. Anything else I want to add in here? We could probably just, well, I was going to say we could use a regular old salad for the vegetarians, but I kind of gave them that as a main course. Okay, and I got to try and remember the next morning when we unlock stuff. Let's get some more booze on the menu. People are into that. Okay, good. Now, everybody back to work. And just for giggles, before the whole place gets rockin' and rollin' here, I want to look at... I want to look at this. Ambiance is actually higher than I thought it was going to be. In fact, everything's broadly okay. But I just want to see, kind of just noting where the ambiance is right now. Just as an experiment, I want to throw in decorations into the kitchen, except that's totally not what I wanted to do. So decorations in the kitchen will this make a blind bit of difference to my overall, rating? My overall... Oh, I can't even put him in here. Oh, it's just red. Yeah, it's just angry red no-go thing. Okay, that's fine. Well, that answers my question. That totally answers my question. Then no, you don't decorate the kitchen. And kind of out of wall space here. I could maybe squeeze something in here. Could I? Yeah, there we go. There we go. I was spending money on decorations anyway. You may as well have something. Okay, Linnell, off you go. Off you go. Get the hordes of people in here, Linnell. Hordes of people. Where are the hordes of people? We appear to be largely horde-free at this point. Okay, well, not much of a lunch rush. Well, our first diners are in the door, and I don't know if a local hospital just had a lunch break or something, but 2 of these diners are missing eyes. That's terrible. Is there some sort of special we're running today on, mildly disabled people get a discount at Bistro Dave? If you're missing an eye, you get half off. Ha! See what I did there? So yeah, a couple of people missing eyes. So, but they're eating and they're paying their bill. That's good. I like that. Not really as full as I might ideally like it to be in a restaurant. Here comes some people. And now I'm wondering if taking out those 4 tops was a mistake. But I've got plenty of 4 tops. It's not like people are busting down the door in groups of 3 or 4. I've got plenty of 4 tops. I think squeezing the extra seats in here was broadly a good move. I just flat out need more people coming in the door. Yeah, Linnell and I are just chit-chatting at the window here because, there's nobody here. Where'd all my vegetarians go? I just put something specifically on the menu for you, and now you won't come in and eat it. Oh, there's people. There's people. At least with all the vegetarians coming in, it gives me, something to do with chopping up all these carrots. That makes more sense now. Who are you guys? I don't really care who you are. I just care that you're eating here and paying the bill. Yeah, okay. It's like the middle of the lunch shift, and there's 3 tables sat. If this were a real restaurant, I'd probably cut Linnell and run the place myself. Okay, well, there it is. And there's my carrot. I'm off on the carrot thing. Yep, I got a carrot thing going on in the kitchen. Linnell, are you hanging out here because you feel there are more people coming, or are you just hanging out here because you're being creepy? Are you eavesdropping on this table? They do look very interesting, I grant you that. But no, you're actually doing things. Okay, well, maybe the dinner rush will be better. We are gaining in popularity. That's good. As the day has been ticking by, we've been getting some popularity points. It's not like people don't seem to be keen on the place. Just doesn't seem like there's a lot of them. Dinner rush starts and we've got one deuce seated. How are our reviews for lunch, per se? Ooh, now we're starting to tick into a few very goods and excellents. All right, not bad. No terribles, a few poors. I bet those are the cheapskates again. Ying here loved the place, as did Samuel. And Tanya was pretty keen on it, too. Yeah, all right, see, the cheapskate, still 2.5 stars. Well, that's fine. I don't want you in here. So if you don't like it, that probably means I'm doing something right. Because the vegetarians and the blue-collars seem to be relatively keen on Bistro Dave. Linnell sat another table, and it does still seem to be crippling eye injury day at Bistro Dave. There's something very, very wrong with this gentleman. I don't know what it is. I'm not a medical person, but there's something horribly wrong with his eyes. I hope you could read the menu. Do you need Linnell to let you know what the specials are again? Because I'm not sure you can read that menu. Now the place is starting to get a little hoppin'. All right, that's not bad. 9:30 at night. People are here. People are eating food. I mean, we have less than half of the place seated, but there's bums on seats, which is the overall goal. Another 4-top coming in. Good. That's excellent. Now we're about half full. That's not too bad. I'd like to see a lot more than that, but I also want to see what people are ordering at the end of the day. And as usual, some more late diners, 10:30 at night, and Linnell just sat another table. These guys are just clearing out. She's got that table cleared off. Linnell definitely seems to be able to cope. can't see any valid reason to need more staff at this point. Maybe if we packed this place out, that might justify hiring another waiter, but not at this stage of the game. Linnell is perfectly competent to deal with what she's dealing with. I wonder where Conan is. I hope he got another job. I hope he's okay. I do. It was sad to lose him, and I genuinely hope he's doing well. He's a solid employee. Does have that crippling OCD thing, but a solid guy. I hope he's done well for himself. Well, we lost less money than the previous week. I mean, the previous week we built the entire restaurant. I still don't. I love you, chef. I really do. Why is it weeks? Why can't it just be a day? Because it's kind of a day, but it's kind of a week, and it's kind of not either of those. It's always been very vague in this neck of the woods here, but I should have looked at what that painting cost me, because I don't honestly remember. And if it was $242.50, that would be ideal, because I'm not actually 100% sure if we made money or not, because I don't remember what the painting cost. I mean, I could look tomorrow, but whatever. Food, $5.21. Okay. And what were our raw ingredients? $85. Okay, cool. That's good. Definitely want to get some more booze on the menu. That'd be good. And there's a thing, chef. There's a thing. Maybe we could have some beverages that aren't booze. That might be an idea. You know, we don't just have to have alcoholic drinks. That would be a nice little update to chef. Soft drinks, coffee, tea, something along those lines. Maybe we could put milk as a beverage. We could put water as a beverage. We can't charge for it, at least not in America. But, you know, things like that. I mean, that would be a great update. Now that I'm just kind of thinking of it, that would be a fantastic, necessary update to chef, is other beverages besides alcohol. Because that's where a restaurant can really make some money, is in the beverages. So, hey, chef, let's add some other non-alcoholic beverages to the menu. Okay, one day over. Let's see what people ordered. Yeah, we are really pulling in the vegetarians here. Like, hardcore pulling in the vegetarians. I guess I'm broadly okay with that, because they're coming in the door and they're paying a bill. And a lot of them ordered pie-o greens. I see that popping up several times there. Obviously, with the vegetarians coming in the door, now nobody's ordering the bacon bites, naturally, because I'm just stocked full of vegetarians here. Som chai, blue collar. Don't ever come back to my restaurant. You came in and ordered one thing and left. Yeah, now I got to work on balancing vegetarians versus blue collars and families and all those guys. I got to figure out how to balance this menu out a little bit so it's not lopsided. Vegetarians are fine. They're paying a bill. But now nobody's ordering the bacon bites because, you know, bacon. So, all right. So that's really, slow it down for me a sec there, chef. That's really my next goal, is to balance the menu a little bit better, try and attract new people in here. How did we do? Yeah, I mean, we're broadly fine. We got very good and average as our sort of reviews here. And I don't see a single cheapskate in here. That's good too. Didn't see any other things people were ordering either. Well, that seems like a good place to call it on Chef for today. We will pick up some more of that in the next one and look at how do we begin to balance the menu a little bit better, or how do we attract a wider variety of customers in here. We don't want to be all vegetarians. And Linnell, you have absolutely nothing to do, and it's the lunch shift has started, and you got squat here. We need to get more people in the door, period. You know what? I don't even care who they are right now. We need more people in the door. But we'll pick up some more chef next time. Hey, if you've enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button and you can see more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Wow. You could have hepatitis or golfer's elbow. I feel we should be able to narrow it down a little better. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a doctor, but I'm saying I might be able to know the difference between golfer's elbow or hepatitis. First thing I'd ask is, do you play golf? Where are you going?